Hi, magandang gabi. So, Congressman Toby Tiangco has been rather interesting lately. He identified part of the loss of Alianza uh, primarily due to the impeachment. Kinonect niya yung dismal showing nila in Mindanao to the impeachment complaint filed against VP Inday Sara. And he says that contrary to what Speaker Martin Romualdez says, there was no clamor for the impeachment. Rather, the congressmen were compelled to sign the impeachment complaint or the articles of impeachment dahil hindi magre-release nung tinatawag na conditional release. So yung conditional release, of course, is the money that many of the congressmen were going to be using for their campaigns. So what is interesting dito is that doon sa pagsasalita ni Congressman Toby Tiangco, halos aminin na niya ang Oplan Horus. So medyo dikit-dikit na. Kumbaga, tahi-tahi na lang and makikita natin na nagkakaroon ng liwanag tungkol dito sa plano versus the Dutertes. Hang on, inaaway. Sometimes the cats fight, so ina-avoid ko lang yung away ng dalawa. Si Bini kasi is the alpha male and ang kulit eh. Tapos even at night, pag kayo matutulog na, he insists on guarding the bed so walang makalapit na ibang cats. So lately he's been very territorial. So okay, back to the kwento. So yung Oplan Horus is being indirectly confirmed dun sa sinasabi ni Congressman Toby. But wait, there seems to be a development. Ang tanong is, who will the president side with? He is related to both. Martin Romualdez is his cousin, and Mr. Congressman Toby, of course, is married to a first cousin of the president, Romualdez din. Hi kay Kuya Gado, lagi siyang nanonood daw, sabi ni Miss Aiko. Hi sir! Right. Sabi ni Probability, Oplan Horus, slowly colored by Toby Tiangco. So, ang nakikita natin dito is that si Congressman Toby has been giving interviews at doon sa interview niya with ANC, inamin niya na they did not do well at all. They did not do well at all. And ang sinasabi niya is that it was because they failed, nakaano sila. Parang tinabla talaga sila sa Mindanao. According to him, Mindanao, they had relatively decent numbers in Mindanao, pero parang nasisiro na sila after the filing of the complaint versus Inday. So, nagpo-play out dito is that, plus, he also admits that after the kidnapping, they weren't doing very well. So, ayan na, So, the admission is on the part of the administration na they screwed up. They screwed up going after the Dutertes. But wait, hindi lang po yan ang communications na nangyayari. Pag tinignan ninyo, sabi ni Jones Faulkner, family feud pala. Oo nga kasi parang ganun ang lumalabas. But before this happened, remember, mayroon na tayong mga naririnig tungkol sa coup o matatanggal daw si Speaker Martin Romualdez or posibleng hindi na siya maging Speaker in the 20th Congress. Kasi nga, ang dinig natin is trouble in paradise or trouble between the unholy triumvirate or the unholy trinity of Martin, BBM, and Lisa, hindi na po sila nagkakasundo. At yung nakikita natin dito is that gusto nang palitan si Speaker Martin bilang Speaker of the House. Kasi ang daming negative publicity about him. And parang ang lumalabas is that the actions daw, we're not saying this is true, pero ito po ang pinag-uusapan. At ang sinasabi ay yung mga action daw ni Speaker Martin ay sobrang mabigat ang kamay, walang finesse, walang subtlety. They're going after the Dutertes who are extremely popular and a single administration may not have the resources to wipe out all their good juju, kumbaga gathered in the decades of the mayoralty of Rodrigo Duterte plus the 6 years of his presidency. But, all right, so even before hovering around, even in fact before, dahil nga hindi subtle yung mga attacks ng Congress. And of course, it was perceived that going after VP Inday Sara was primarily an operation of Speaker Martin. Kung kaya't pinag-usapan na posibleng mapalitan siya at ang mapapalit sa kanya ay si Congressman Toby. But wait, there's more. Ngayon, may umaangat na ibang pangalan, Congressman Albi Benitez, kapapanalo lang in this 2025 elections. Sama niyo po yung fluffy cat niyo. Ang dami kong fluffy cats. Which one? So, sige, we'll see. So, Eva, come up here. Eva. Okay. So, ano yung third name? Congressman Albi supposedly is a relative of, is a relative of First Lady Lisa Marcos. Again, tama, family feud pa rin. Congressman Albi daw is now being touted as the next Speaker of the House at si Congressman Toby daw is opting only for the Committee on Appropriations. So, for those who want to see the cats, we'll put them in a little while. Ayoko lang mag-away kasi yung dalawa. Si Mimu kasi is our latest rescue and he's a little sensitive pa. May mga sakit pa. He has mouth sores. No, not mouth sores. Meron siyang toothache, so he can't eat very well. Inaaway siya ni Lini. So, all right. So now there are three names. Congressman Albi, Congressman Toby, and Congressman Martin. Okay? Pero today, may pushback. Kasi ang sinasabi is that, yun na nga, how can Congressman Toby claim that that the reason for the dismal showing was the insistence on the impeachment. Insistence, kasi daw, in spite of the fact na nagrally ang INC, taking the side of President Marcos against the impeachment, pinilit pa rin ng Kongreso under the leadership of Congressman Martin Romualdez. Pinilit pa rin daw, sabi ng side ng Congressman Martin, anong pinilit? There was a clamor. Sagot ni Congressman Toby, paano nagkaroon ng clamor? Kaya lang pumirma yung ibang mga kongresista ay dahil inipit niyo yung pera na kailangan ng mga kongresista para sa kanilang mga election campaigns. And in fact, Speaker Martin has been very generous and very helpful to many of the congressmen. Kaya nga marami sa mga congressman ay tumakbo unopposed, including himself, Speaker Martin. Pero yung iba, of course, got the full support of Congress through a conditional release. Doon mong pinag-uusapan ni Congressman Toby yung conditional release. Alam niyo yung feeling ko, yung reaction ko? Are you sure you want to be talking about this? Kasi pera namin yan eh. They're talking about conditional release, conditional release. Conditional release? Ano yan? Para gagamitin ninyo sa campaign ninyo. Wait, are you saying that this is people's money you're going to be using for your campaigns? What? So, okay. Now, but that's not even the end of it. May kwento pa. Kasi nakikita natin sa communications, online, sa social media, may mga nagkupresenta ng panibagong naratiba. Kasi dito sa sinasabi ni Congressman Toby, parang inaamin nila, ang lakas ng mga Duterte. Hindi namin kinaya dahil yun na nga, masyado mabigat ang kamay nitong si Congressman Martin. Sumasagot ngayon yung remnants of the yellows at yung newly buhay, resurgent yellow saying, hindi totoo yan. Hindi totoo na malakas ang mga Duterte. Naos na sila. Ang konti lang na nakuha ng mga votes ng PDP. At pinilit lang naman ni Inday Sara yung panalo ni Amy at Camille. Wait, what? Parang inamin yun ang lakas ni Inday. Ang sabi nila, hindi na daw discredited na yung mga Duterte. Nanalo naman, marami namang nanalo na mga kongresista. Tingnan ninyo, ito yung mga alyansa congressmen. Ang daming nanalo. Hindi nila sinasama dun sa naratiba nila things like many congressmen were running unopposed. And in other instances, they were running may opposition, pero yung opposition nila, PFP rin, Partido Federal. Yung iba naman, of course, ang laki ng tulong ng kanilang campaign funds. So, what was PDP up against? They had no money. Their leader was kidnapped and sent to The Hague. VP Inday is not even a member of PDP, and yet at the last minute, the whole thing came together. So, kung sa tingin ng mga dilaw that they can shift the narrative and say, hindi talaga naman nanalo, hindi naman totoo na natalo ang alyansa, hindi naman totoo yung mga ganyan. Mahina naman talaga yung mga Duterte. Buti nga nakapanalo pa sila ng 5. So, for the moment, pwede natin silang i-ignore. But remember this kwento. Sinasabi nila, yung mga ganyan, they are presenting an alternative narrative para pahinain ng mga Duterte. What does this mean? It means na ang administrasyon, inaamin nila, nagkamali sila sa pagbabakbak ng mga Duterte. Now the yellows are saying, wait, di kayo nagkamali, pero kung hindi nyo itutuloy yan, kami gagawa. Okay? So watch out for that. In the meantime, back to Congressman Toby and Congressman Martin. So, ngayon, ang ginagawa ni Congressman Martin is minomobilize niya yung kanyang mga media forces, both traditional and social media, to defend him. So, humanda tayo, and in the coming days, ang target nila will be Congressman Toby Chacon. Okay? So, yan ano. In the meantime, tayong mga nasa side natin na ganito, dun sa green side, bili pa na, kulang ang popcorn natin, panoorin na lang natin sila. So, but in the meantime, watching out for the yellows. Now, mayroong nagsasabi na kaya nanalo yung mga dilaw was because of the work that they were doing in the schools and universities. So, we fed the information to some people that we know, and this is what they came up with. It's not true. For the generations up to Gen Z, okay, there are only 8 million of the youth of that age, up to Gen Z, which is 27 years old and below. Doon sa grupo na yan, only 8 million are registered voters. Of the 8 million, of those with the ages of 27 and below, I have to double check the numbers kasi si Ahmed nag-crunch ng numbers na ito. Only 4 million actually voted. So, yung teorya ninyo na trinabaho daw talaga nila yung youth, that's not true. So don't keep repeating it. You know why? Because you're telling the yellows, uy, ang galing-galing ninyo, nagawa ninyo to. They're going to use that now, their success story, and keep telling the youth, kakampi namin kayo. In fact, a lot of you showed support to us, but the truth is, we aren't even sure. Okay? So yun yung numbers. Of those up to 27 years old and below, not a lot of them voted. So yung sinasabi na kaya nanalo si Bam Aquino at saka si Kiko Pangilinan was because of the youth, it may not be true. Now, here is what ang pangsalag natin dun sa mga attempts ng mga naratiba ng mga dilaw. Okay? Number one, hindi nga organized ang PDP, very well organized at the start. Nakahabol sila. Number two, VP Inday and PDP are not, although they are allies, hindi siya member ng PDP. But they came together and were able to present a good showing. Why is it a good showing? Because in the last 3 years, binabaktakan nga nila ng kabila ang grupo na ito. They have been busy with all the social media and all media. Somehow, all of these forces were arrayed against the Dutertes. 3 years yan. How much time did VP Inday and PDP have to put together a campaign? Not much. Kasi by March 11, nakuha na si PRD. I know that they were organizing by November as of last year, October last year. Diba? Even before October, andyan na. I remember I attended at least 2 of the conventions of PDP. So last year, gumagalaw na sila. But in March 11, they lost their leader. So in spite of all that, the Duterte still had an extremely strong showing. Kasi ang sinasabi ng mga dilaw, mahina na yung mga DDS, 10 million lang ang bumoto sa mga senador ng PDP. Excuse me, 3 taon nyo kaming binabakbakan pero natalo pa rin kayo. Diba? Kasi even if you have 2 senators, ilan na lang kayo. And the reason nakapasok kayo dyan was because the administration took your side. And lumilitaw na rin na BBM apparently, this is the talk. I'm not saying that this is proven fact yet, but they're not denying it that BBM apparently supported the candidacies of Bam and Kiko. Sabi ni Jake, from my own personal opinion, there's something going on. We know meron nga at alam nyo yon guys. Duterte pa rin ako with no biases period. Bakit Duterte sinasabi mo? Duterte 12 yon. PDP took in Amy and Camille. So kung sinasabi nyo na wala kang biases, you have just proven that you do. Kasi sabi mo Duterte 10. PDP already said Duterte 12. Yeah? Inadapt nila si Amy at si Camille. So bakit nyo nire-reject pa rin? Nanalo na nga sila. Sabi ni Ray, yung Mike Lopez is the best ally of Inday Sara Duterte, best tandem. Okay. Oh, love natin si Mike. But I don't know where this is coming from. He has been parang semi-retired. Ito lang talaga, he was really on the forefront of the defeat of Governor Gwen Garcia. Sabi ni Neil, it's proven that they really prioritize their staying power and personal interests over service to the taxpayers. On that one, I'm happy that bistado na yan. Sabi ni Russell, buti na lang Duterte 12 binoto ko, so solid pa rin. Sabi ni Abby, grabe sinuporta ni PBBM si Bam at Kiko, mga taong hinusgahan siya forever over the Dutertes. Put them back. Oo nga. And well, while all of this is going on, nagpa-interview din si Senator Ping Lacson, as well as may mga sinabi rin si Senator Tito Soto, saying na parang napabayaan naman daw sila ng alyansa. Of course, parang ngayon feeling besieged ang alyansa kasi now they have to defend themselves against two senators who won. Nanalo sila, pero sinasabi nila napabayaan sila ng alyansa. Isn't that interesting? Humirit tuloy si Senator Chis Escudero. Paano napabayaan? Nanalo nga kayo. Ay, ang sarap mag-popcorn. Sabi ni Benru, bakit si Attorney Panelo sinasabi may nagtraido daw sa PDP kaya nasama si Amy at si Villar. Alam niya may sariling mundo si Attorney Panelo. Kasi parang lumalabas si VP Inday pa ngayon yung traidor. Grabe naman, di ba? And also galit siya kay Spokes Harry. So I don't know why he is saying that. Sabi ni Superman, sabi ni Banat Bay ay nabayaran daw ang isa sa Duterte para makapasok sa PDP sina Sen Amy and Sen Camille. I have no evidence of that. Yung issue na sinasabi, ganito, bakit nyo dinadala yan dito? Wala akong ebidensya ng mga sinasabi na ganyan. And it's not like as if hindi natatawagan ni VP Inday ang tatay niya. Remember, PRD can talk to Inday. Okay? Ilang beses nang sinabi ni Inday, oo, nag-usap kami sa phone. As to whether or not PRD is aware of yung mga endorsements ni Inday and so on afterwards, I'm pretty sure he did. Kasi madalas naman yung nakakausap. He's allowed to talk to her via phone. As long as they speak in English, I think. Parang ganun. So, ang tanong ko, ang mga tinatanong ninyo sa akin, bakit sinabi ni Banat Bay ganito? Bakit sinabi na sabi ni Elnet, galit din siya sa'yo. Oo, pero bakit niyo siya binibida dito? Do you think natutuwa kami na dinadala niyo siya dito, si Attorney Panelo? Are you happy pag nag-aaway kami? Ako, hindi ako pumapatol sa kanya. Okay? Hindi ako natutuwa sa kanya. Pero I keep quiet about it. So kayo, bakit ginagawa niyo yan sa amin? Ha? Ako, I try to keep the peace kasi magkakakampi tayo and I don't want to contribute to any falling out because we're all on the same side. So bakit parang tuwang-tuwa ka pa? Galit din siya sa'yo, hey. Is this something to be happy about? I'm not sure, ha? I'm not sure kung bakit kayo natutuwa. So, matagal ko na rin sinagot yan. Alam ko naman na ayaw ni Attorney Sal sa akin, but I have kept quiet. Ang sinasabi ko lang, hayaan na lang natin siya. Hindi ko naman din siya gusto, but I don't see any reason na bigyan ng sakit ng ulo si PRD about it. Pareho naman kaming magkakilala. Di ba? Sabi ni Kayden, other alyansa candidates won dahil nakipag-alyansa sila sa mga local like Soto and Lacson. Nagsariling campaign sila sa iba't ibang local parties, lalo na sa INC. Sabi ni J. Matthew, itong si Ping Pong, balimbing talaga, kakasabi lang niya, nakakakilabot yung suporta ni BBM sa kanila, tapos may ganyang pahayag sila. I think it's, kasi syempre kailangan nilang medyo pitikin yung alyansa para makita na, ay hindi, dito naman kami kay Inday Sara talaga. So, hayaan nyo na, mga politiko talaga yung mga yan. Thank you for the reminder from Faz Gamer X. Sabi ni Mark, pabati po kay Nong Nong Bautista. Hi kay Nong Nong Bautista. Sabi ni Marky, ikaw Toby o Tambi? Neither. Bakit kailangan may kampihan? Yeah? Ako, ang kakampi ko dyan, popcorn. Panoorin ko lang sila nag-away. Sabi ni Superman, sorry, I had no idea about Attorney Panelo. Ay, hindi naman po kayo yung nagsabi yung tungkol sa akin eh. Pero yun nga, pati yung kay Byron. So bakit? Sabi ni Awi, also, why ask, bakit sinabi ni Banat-Bay? Eh, di tanong niyo si Banat-Bay, why ask attorney, hawak ba niya to, hawak ko ba si Banat? Magkaibigan kami ni Banat, yun ang gusto ko din sa kanya. Kasi we can hold these different opinions, pero hindi kami nag-aaway ni Banat-Bay. So yun, at least, the nice thing about him is, hindi siya name-personal pagdating sa sa mga ganyang opinions. Magkaaway yata silang dalawa ni Maharlika. Pero ako kasi, I don't mind kung magkaiba kami ng mga opinion. Basta, gano'n naman talaga dapat, di ba? Kung magkaibigan kayong tunay, kaya mong tanggapin na magkakaiba din kayo ng taste. Sabi ni Randolph, anong mangyayari kay Tourism Secretary ngayong wala nang silbi yung nanay niya sa admin ni BBM? Well, if she's a good Secretary of Tourism, then she will stay on, di ba? But if she isn't, baka ma-chopping block siya. On the other hand, hindi po naman ako, ano bang tawag nito? Hindi ako, kumbaga, nakikita ko that si BBM sometimes keeps the dead wood. Alam mo yan, yung mga wala naman talagang silbi, pero wala siyang tinatanggal. So it's also, kumbaga, style din niya yan na tuloy-tuloy ka pa din sa sa serbisyo, pero wala ka naman talagang galing. Sabi ni Nor, good evening guys, stop it. Dapat di tayo mag-away at magkagulo. Pinag-isa tayo ni Tatay Digong at siya yung nagsasuffer sa ICC. Please huwag tayo mag-away. Dapat intact tayo mga DDN. Mag-icon tayo ng lakas. Icon. Sabi ni Marky Del Rosario, pwede ba maging speaker uli si GMA? Alam nyo, lahat naman ng congressman pwede maging speaker. Ang tanong is, politically ba may clout pa si GMA? Will she be able to get the necessary votes? Kasi voting yan. Ayan, sabi ni Gilbert, pa-shoutout po, Attorney Luminous na may class at Demure. Ako Demure. From Kansas City, Missouri. I like Missouri. Si Arnel Ignacio daw pinalitan na. Yes, merong in-appoint sa OWA, ano? Well, let's see. But I don't know, tinanggal ba si Arnel o deputy siya? Sabi ni Hampas Lupang Ambisyosa, iyakin yung step tourism nyo. Parang bata nagalit kay Sara dahil hindi kinampihan sa palpak niyang advertisement ng tourism. Nabalitaan po ba kayo about that? Yes, but kumbaga, sinasabi niya na available siya. Sabi ni Ma'am Tina, excited to find out who's gonna grovel for Inday's support. Agree, after the trial. Well said, Ma'am. Sabi ni Jose, that's when you know na genuine ng mga DDS vlog or vloggers and supporters kasi meron pa rin kanya-kanyang take and belief sa isang topic. Unlike sa kabila, echo chamber lang talaga, jukebox or propagandist. At failures. Kasi tignan ninyo, hindi nila nadala, hindi nila naisulong yung kampanya ng boss nila. At tanggal nga daw. Sabi ni Daxi, kaunan replaces Arnel Ignacio. Nalungkot daw siya. Sabi ni Kaden, nahirapan nga. Sabi ni Kong Toby, nahirapan talaga sila dahil sa mga desisyon ng House leaders. He admits that the Duterte camp is powerful kaya di na sila umiikot ng Mindanao dahil sayang sa funds. Meron silang parang 1 or 2, di ba? Pumunta si BBM sa Tagum, kung di ako nagkakamali. Sinasabi nga ng kabilang parlor, yung mga the remnants of the Dilaw are saying na, napapaligiran siya. Dito ako natawa Nanalo lang daw sa Davao City ang mga Duterte. Pero sa Davao region, papaligiran sila ng mga kalaban. Unfortunately, they don't know the Davao region. Akala nila kung identified o naglipat ng partido yung mga representanteng nanalo sa Davao region na napapaligid, o yung ilan na napapaligid sa Davao City, kalaban na sila ng Davao City at ng mga Duterte. They're dreaming if they think that. Halimbawa, si Mayo Almario, tatay ni Chino, is not exactly an adversary of the Dutertes. Maybe Chino is identified heavily with his wife, si Migs Nograles, but si Mayo, Congressman Mayo, former congressman ba? Or congressman na ulit, is not an enemy. So may mga ganyan na examples. Sabi ni Jake, oh sorry, what I said, Duterte pa rin ako with no biases. I meant for this election of 2028 with if. What do you mean with if? Eh, ibig sabihin nga, hindi ka pa rin united kasi it was Duterte 12. 2 hours before the last day of, 2 hours before the end of campaign period for the parties, in-announce nila it's Duterte 12. It's Duterte 10 plus Amy and Camille were adopted. So why do you say Duterte 10 pa rin ako? That's, di ba? Yun. Sabi ni Dap Team, sa Tagum City, solid Duterte 10. So, ang nakikita natin dito is, dun sa panig ni Kong Toby, he's taking it a step back. Kasi alam nila na yung for them the heavy-handed approach, courtesy daw of Speaker Martin Romualdez, has led to this point where they can barely survive a national election. Midterm pa lang ito. And they're looking at the possibility na now na na-discover ng DDS na may lakas pa pala tayo, kaya natin ang 2028. Which is why yung retorika ng kabilang parlor, the other kabilang parlor, the yellows, are saying na, hindi naman talaga nag-diminish na yung strength ng DDS, wala na sila. They're intent on projecting that image. Pansinin nyo, nag-a-attempt sila to himas the numbers. Sabi ni Lito, nagpaparinig na si Soto sa speakership, stop dreaming, Marcoleta mas deserving. Sino ba ang may mayorya dyan? I suppose if VP Inday pushes. Pero mahirapan si Kong Marcoleta kasi neophyte senator siya and it's never happened that a neophyte becomes the Senate president. Same din dun sa House hindi po nangyayari na neophyte ang nagiging speaker. Off topic, skincare reveal. Freshness, kahit ang daming ganap. Ay, naka-makeup po ako. So, nagmumukhang grabe the skin, Mukha po. Naka-mukha ngayon. Galing ako sa labas. May pinuntahan po ako. Namatay po kasi yung isang staff namin, isang employee ng DWIZ who used to help us out sa Carambola. So, I had to go to the wake. So, mukha po. Yan, mukha. Pero, may skincare pa rin. Sabi ni Fudge, unfortunately for them, green pa din ang Mindanao. Nag-close na ang Tingog headquarters sa Tacuring, wala nang elections Aray. Sabi ni Faz, ang bait ni Kitty Duterte, ang income niya sa interview sa channel ni Chito sa Montina ay binigay niya sa House of Hope. Nangongolek din siya ng letters para masend daw niya kay Tatay Diggs dahil naboboard daw sa Hague. Oo nga Sabi ni Your Mood, Your Music, ito yung admin na ramdam mo talaga na politika ang priority kaysa serbisyo sa bayan. Sabi naman ni Ken, the info from Toby Tiangco can be used if ever man mag-succeed ang impeachment of VP. Kung mag-succeed, para pa natin gagamitin yan? Diba? Impeachment trial, I assume. Are you talking about the impeachment trial? Kung mag-succeed yun, ditanggal si Inday, paano pa natin gagamitin? Sabi ni Abby, grabe, sinuportahan ni PBBM si Bam at Kiko. Oo. Sabi ni Renz, ba't ganun po nakalagay sa ibang tumatakbong PDP independent nakalagay? Kasi adopted si Sir Vic, hindi siya member ng PDP. Kaya nga mali yung mga dilaw Sabi nila 10 million lang ang bumoto ng mga PDP for PDP. Hindi naman lahat PDP yon. Marcoleta, independent. Vico Rodriguez, independent din. Hindi naman sila members ng PDP. Amy, Camille. Sabi ni Mr. Dennis Gabaka, malakas si Sara, mantakin mo sa endorse niya, sunod yung mga taga Mindanao. Totoo yan. At yung hindi sinunod, yung mga ilang mga kapartido ng PDP na nag-i-insist, 10 lang, Duterte lang. O hindi rin sila pinakinggan. So, kaya nakapasok yung dalawa. remember, si VP Inday has national sympathy from the DDS. So, mahirap kalabanin yun. Ang totoo niyan is these last elections proved that itong endorsement ni VP Inday on the national scale is very effective. And guys, ito yung request ko. Huwag naman po tayong masyadong nagpo-propose ng tandem kaagad for 2028, ha? Kasi, aawayin yan. Yung mga early, matuto naman kayo kay Jojo Binay. Yung maagang binanggit ng mga possible candidates for 2028, sinisiraan yan. Ino-operate yan. So, banggit kayo ng pangalan. Sara Marcoleta. Baka awayin nila si Senator Marcoleta. Enough na lang, sige, mag-usap tayo. Pero, if they peak at this time, hindi aabot ng eleksyon. Remember, also, pag masyado silang mataas, the Filipino loves the underdog. So, magkaka-pushback yan. So, you're not doing them any favors by proposing very early yung mga possible katandems for 2028. Kahit si Inday, ayoko sinasabi na sure na tatakbo siya sa 2028. Di ba? Anong sabi niya? Hindi dapat yan ngayon pinag-uusapan. Although sabi niya, dati she wasn't even considering it, but now she will consider it kasi yun ang kinatatakutan nitong mga to. So this is the strategy. Bakbak ng bakbak yung kabila kay VP Inday and all that, kaya siya tumakbo because they are afraid of an Inday Sara win. So, if she networks, if she brings in more people, networking yan yung pagpasok niya kay Amy at saka kay Camille. She expanded her influence. Pati ngayon nasyonalista ay mayroon na siyang, clout to negotiate. Remember that politics is addition. Ulitin ko, politics is addition. So, kahit sinong i-endorso ni VP Inday, isipin niyo what the strategy is behind it. And para sa akin, most of the time, alam niya it's solid yung info niya at solid yung kanyang strategy. So, yung mga inaano ninyo na, ay sorry Inday, hindi ko boboto yan, yung mga ganyan. Nire-reject niyo si Inday. Yan, sabi ni Gerald, may leverage na siya. Okay, sabi ni Marvin, wag muna tayong focus sa tandem na yan, kay Inday muna daw mag-focus, then i-check natin performance, possible ka-tandem niya if maayos sila this coming 3 years. Let's keep it vague for now. I'm sure meron na tayong mga iniisip dito. Tapos bantayan natin yung mga achievements nila. In addition to that, tayo ang nagre-recruit ng mga supporters nila. So remember that it's addition, di ba? So, yung mga kamag-anak and so on, explain. If natin naawayan, we need to bring more people into the fold. Hypothetically, if some of the counting machines are deemed defective, I hate hypothetical questions. But, ang tanong mo kasi is, what is the COMELEC legally required to do? Okay, number one, this is Googleable. Okay, so, but in order for any government agency to address an issue, you must file a complaint. You must bring it to their attention officially, which is why the days before election, sinasabi namin, you can file a complaint with the Board of Election Inspectors, yung mga teachers who are in the classroom, and have them note in the minutes of the logbook what happened without a complaint. And if you, you can file an affidavit later on and attach your other evidence. But if you want the COMELEC to act, then you have to give them something to act on. So it isn't even that, what is the COMELEC legally required to do? The question is, did you file? And if you did file, then there would be a prayer there. What did you want the COMELEC to do? Can the newly elected Congress send PRD back home po? No. Okay, real talk lang. The reason PRD is in The Hague is because of the executive. The president is the architect of our foreign policy. So when we sent him there, know this, that the president was on board on that one. Okay? let's not sugarcoat this. So as long as it is this executive that sits, then the Philippine government will continue to act as the prosecutor or continue to assist the prosecution against Rodrigo Duterte. Siguro kaya ang daming nagfe-fake news na uuwi na. Because they want people to think na, oh, sige, okay na yan, para hindi tayo magalit kay PRD. So, wag mag-ilusyon. We participated in these elections to protect VP Inday. That is the main issue. Pero yung mapapauwi natin si PRD using this Congress, medyo malabo yun. Now, the Senate, it ratifies treaties and conventions. Yun yung extent ng participation nila sa foreign policy.